we're going to go over last Monday's footage. So, whatever date that was, the 25th, I want to say. Yeah. And then Mike will be joining us in a little bit, so stick around for that. Let's get started. No. Incorrect. So Jordan and David kicking things off. Oh yeah, Jake was sticking around. I think he was fired up to train. What's up, James? This is Peters and Ricky right off the bat. Ooh. Looked like Ricky trying to hit a quick fireman's carry, and Mike hip switches out of it. So he plants his hand to the mat. That was... Oh, man. I bet Mike wishes he could see this. Off the double wrist grip, too. That's what Chris did to me a couple weeks ago. But Ricky's staying on it, looking for possibly a go behind. Doesn't have enough control over that arm. Mike goes to sit out. And Ricky settles into open guard. That was a nice exchange. Mike looking for the over-under now. Got me and Brandon, Jake and Cole, James and Andrew. All right. As always, let me know if I missed something. James open mat on a Monday. As rare as you eating a salad. Yeah. Checks out. But he's here, and I'm happy about it. Meanwhile, David... So David goes in on a single. Jordan looks to get the front headlock, but doesn't sprawl out hard enough and gets nicely tucked in to side control. A little trip on Brandon. Mutual collar ties with Cole and Jake. And we have moved on to back week. So we'll see if any of you guys do anything fancy from there. Jake running down Cole, getting behind, but Cole gets in that butterfly hook. And is able to stay on guard. Mike, meanwhile, makes his way to Ricky's back. Okay, so he did have that sweep attempt. Gets him over with the shoulder crunch. And then passes guard to north-south. Ricky rolls up. Takes it back that way. Okay. Cole on the shoulder crunch now. Really has that arm extended. Looks like some confusion. Do you remember what happened there, Cole? Did he tap to that? Was it like a straight arm pressure, some shoulder pressure? Jordan almost with the wing sweep, but a good hip switch from David to stay safe. Kind of tapped early, then really okay. Almost tapped before the actual. Gotcha. It looked like your shoulder was maybe taking a bit of that torque, more so than your elbow. I like your passing posture, Jake. I like that you're in there, connected to like the shins and the knees and trying to flank him. Cole with the straight ankle-ish, maybe? Nope, Jake gets out. Before we get too far from it. So, let's slow this down a little bit. This is good. Like, the approach is good. Let's see your footwork here. So as you turn Cole this way, what I'd like to see is this foot stepping forward, not trailing behind. So like this foot has to come in beside his hip, and I want your knee to you're kind of trying to beat his knee in a way. Like if you're going to stay on the outside, if you're going to pass on the outside. So this trailing leg is kind of where this passing is failing. Right now you just settle in onto a shin. You try to cut back the other way, but notice how far outside that foot and knee are staying on the opposite side, right? That's the one that's really important. You step that one up to the hip if you're doing this outside passing. Step that up to the hip and then turn your corner, like turn your 90 degrees, close your distance, go chest to chest, whatever. But as long as that leg is trailing, Cole's always going to have an easy way to get the near side leg back in. So in this case, his right leg, the one between you and him, he's likely going to be able to circle this far side leg out like he's probably doing right now. And then see if you go one more time to the other side. I like that you're switching sides. You're trying one side, going to the other one, it doesn't work. I think you could solve a lot of this problem with your footwork. Jordan on a Kimura attack now. And if you need any clarity on that, let me know. We go over it this week. I'll be back looking to burn off some calories. So happy to drill some stuff. Mike on his own Kimura threat as well. This looks promising. He's got the side triangle going on as a double threat. There, he's got the arm out. That was nice. Let's see how he got there. Okay, for this north-south. I don't mind Ricky trying to, like, wrestle his way out of that. That's gonna be tough. Mike already had such a deep, like elbow deep grip on the on that arm. He's lucky. Ricky was lucky to even get that arm back there. Good step over. Yeah, this kind of sucks. Now that Mike locks up this triangle, it's gonna be really hard for him to navigate out of this facing belly down too. Just some early tactical decisions that got used against him. Ooh, James on a nasty outside heel hook here. Working from top side half guard. So Andrew with the knee shield. James says, don't mind if I do. Nice step over. Good heel exposure right off the bat. You left your own, you basically stepped into Irimiyashi and got him to like turn a quarter of the way. So your foot stayed safe, which I've been harping on lately. Ricky really wanting that that trip. And Jordan, we're never gonna get out of this round. We're back to 6-minute rounds again. Finally, Jesus. So Jordan makes his way to the back. This is great. And he gets the tap on David. Good control over David's head and neck to keep him aligned for that strangle. That was nice, Jordan. This was a good night, man. I was glad we got to go over this, or I'm glad we're getting to go over this footage. Really active open mat. Yeah, Jake, I really think you've got the makings of some good outside passing, like a good outside passing style. And it's going to get a lot more dangerous with a few little tweaks. I heard Saturday's open mat was good too. Which I think Mike grabbed the footage for. Mike was on Ricky's back. Andrew on James's back. Right at the bell, though. We got me and Ethan. Big shout out to Ethan. Hanging out at the open mat on a Monday. He's so new, he doesn't even know Monday's the night where all the killers hang out. And sticks around. So love to see it. And rocking the school Rashi. Oh, Ricky getting fancy. Trying to dive in on that leg. Good sprawl from David. Get that leg safe. James, is that you and Ben, I want to say? I know by the time I go with Ben later on, he was content to work from the bottom to work on his guard retention and maybe his sweeping. I don't know if he was telling all of you guys that night. But he seems like he doesn't want to work from standing too much. Ricky digging on a Kimura. Mike, let me get you up. There you are. What's cracking? Can you see the footage? All right, cool. Oh, you had I'm gonna go back to it really quick. 340. Right at the beginning of the first round with Ricky. Yeah, it was a sick escape he pulled off. Not today. It was a good transition for him too. Like he lost it, but then immediately he's on the front headlock. Yeah, that was super slick. Oh, I don't think... Oh, hold on. Can't hear Mike. I got it. Thank you, guys. How about now? Mike, say something.
Test.
There we go.
You guys got me?
Got you. Coming in
Thank
hot,
you.
too. Give me one more.
Test.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Good.
Anyway, yeah, we were just talking about how active of a open mat this was.
Yes, yes it was.
I remember, Nick, yeah.
Muted was better.
Let's see, I've lost track of everybody. James looks like he's trying to... I feel like James is trying to set something up with Ben here, but I'm not sure what. James is all high on his hog about this this mouth escape he's been using very effectively.
Okay. You just kind of pushed Ben off on that one.
That's the mouth escape. He does it to me like 2 or 3 times. He did it to Caleb, and he was like, "Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna start doing this to everybody." It's probably a lot easier to do it to me than Caleb, but I'm not gonna give away his secrets yet. You guys can look at it. Maybe James will tell you how to do it.
Oh geez.
Joel's, unless you want. Ooh.
That sucks.
I haven't been to Joel's in a minute. I'm gonna make that 2 minutes now.
Yeah, sounds like I'm not gonna go.
Ricky setting up a back take here, or yeah, okay. Damn, he almost had that. So let's look at this. This is great close guard work, or pseudo close guard. He's close enough that I'll call it out. If this started from close guard, you would open your legs and shift your hips out to the side to like basically end up in the same position. So shoving that elbow aside, right? So now he's got a clear path to the back, or he's got a pendulum sweep, or depending on how he digs and sets this up, he could also work to like arm bars as well. But with that far lat grip, this is excellent. He can hug David real close, make it difficult for David to get his left arm back to an underhook position. Right here, Ricky, I would just swing this leg in that direction. Like no load up, just swing it out and pull David over and get a sweep. If you were really, really hunting the back, then that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But you've got everything you need for a pretty clean pendulum sweep. Maybe just digging the left arm underneath that leg more and getting to like a 90-degree angle. But David very luckily pummels that arm and keeps himself safe. You had a lot of potential in that position, so I hope to see you keep working that.
Switching to the omoplata, getting the sweep. That was nice.
And then nice rollout from David there.
Yeah.
I know that's his left shoulder, so I hope it's not all cranked up on that. Yeah, how much? Cole just wants to know how much you're weighing now, Nick. That's all that means. And then it looks like you're going with Grant. Also, big ups to Grant. This was his intro class, and he stuck around for open mat.
Yeah, we're just going over some of the details from class. Heavy hip pressure from Bin. Not able to really get anything going in the upper body with James. And then James with his signature move there.
Did he hit another push off?
The mount escape, yeah.
Let's see it one more time. Yeah, I mean, it's there's absolutely nothing to it. I tell you, there's a timing component, I'll say, but
yeah. Oh, me and Cole.
Cole's coming
Cole's
at you,
go
dude.
Crazy. He's gonna go nuts.
Looks like he's trying to hurt you. Did you make fun of his middle part or something? You shoot a kind of a weak double, end up eating Cole's weight, all 225 pounds of it. Cole goes cakes up.
Yeah, he digs for my arm here, and I should have paid a little bit more attention to it.
But why would you?
I was trying to dig on that leg, and yeah, he just got it.
This is not a traditional armbar position by any stretch.
No,
and
no,
Cole digs it out.
Didn't really feel too threatened. He threw his leg over, so I didn't have a crossface. So I was cool with that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go in on this leg. His left leg is behind, and but he got it right over top of his hip, my elbow, right over top of his hip. And as soon as he started putting down pressure on it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to tap.
I think if you could have gotten your left leg down, like you would have just bridged over his right leg, you know, what would be his cross facing leg, like right here. If you could get your leg down, you would just kind of push yourself out this way. But because he has that leg up, you can't do anything. And then he makes a really great adjustment, using whatever he can with the cross face, but then the wrist control, it was all there. And then breaks it over the hip in a great direction, not into his chest, but that way.
Yeah, no, it was a really good one.
And he's like, oh my God, did I just tap you? That's right, James. That's what I tell everybody with all my stupid moves. Andrew trying to throw me 180 and get behind me like always. That still works sometimes. Cole digs under over to the shoulder crunch.
but not on this one.
What did Andrew
I do a pummel with my left leg here. That's what really saved me. So he pulls in. He's got a pinch headlock to start with, and then you'll see me jump over that left leg. My left leg goes over his right leg and staples, and then from there I'm okay. I have no problems being here.
Andrew had really great timing on a takedown that I was fighting for, and he stole from me. So right here, I tried to step my leg behind his, but he got me. He got the jump on me, brings my leg in. I have no base at this point. He just rips me backwards, sits me on my butt.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was good. Jackson, you know better than that. Get hooks in before you jump on backs. I don't remember how this finishes. I think I get this. Yeah. So with this tripod variation, one, it's pretty crappy because my ankle is up behind the knee, not behind the ankle. The problem that I have with this one is the leg configuration. Let me see if I could. It's gonna be hard to describe the other one while you're looking at this one. But when we fall, I don't really have an easy way to stand up. There's a more traditional tripod sweep that makes it easier for you to sit up and take a top position. This variation, which I do more frequently, because I think it's just people just kind of leave it open. It lends itself more towards leg entrances than a sweep. So that's why I immediately grab that leg, yank it in, and now I'm in outside ashi without heel exposure, which is not a great spot to be unless you're Mike, and then you can do this more effectively. Not so good here, but I took some inspiration from Guy on the right in the first comp match you had to try to use your remember to use your handbrake technique, right? Just gripping the knee with my top hand, trying to slow down or prevent Andrew from hiding his heel behind me. And then took a little shin kick to the mouth there and then had to reset. I don't remember if I gripped the same way. Okay, yeah. I really want to work on the grip that you had used where you like reach all the way back, grab the calf, and then grab your own hands with like a knife blade grip. But it's all right. Andrew taps in time anyway, so it worked. Good enough. Now it looks like you're taking Cole to task.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to pass through the guard, but once I get past, it's like once I get the leg pummeling timed, getting past isn't too much of a problem. I really wanted to armbar him, but I don't think it was it wasn't in the cards today. Veronica moved straight into the mount on Jordan. She was going through, passing, I believe.
Oh no, Jordan falls off the back.
Yeah, fell off the back. She ends up in half guard here, and then slips straight into a mount.
Embarrassing, Jordan. Yeah, big step over. Very nice. I do a crappy takedown on Andrew, or not even a takedown. I just take a crappy attempt at a shot, and he about turns me over, but I took a page out of Daniel's book and tried to like steamroll back over him.
Yep.
All right, Jake and David over there Have you guys done anything yet? Okay, you're like way over there. Gotcha. Cole was looking for an Upa, but should be looking to get your guard back, Cole. I mean, the Upa, I don't think we're late enough in the open mat for the Upas to work yet, in my opinion. David chasing down
David,
a single.
yeah, picked him up. Picked up Jake.
Yeah, but Jake's got those dangerous limbs.
Yeah.
All right, David stays safe though. He makes his way to cross side, so he's safe from the guillotine. Now he's just kind of he has to try to secure the pass, but good guard recovery from Jake. Now working from half guard.
Cole gave me a big explosive movement right there. I thought I was going to lose for a split second, but I regained control. He was pushing on my armpit to try and get me off, and it was just enough for me to get back to that crossface.
Nice.
Jordan on the regard. He's back in half guard now, and hits an Upa of his own.
Yeah, prove me wrong. I guess Upas work anytime. It does help that Ronnie's going for this Americana.
Yeah.
That might be an answer for her Americanas.
Yeah, maybe.
Not that he's completely out of it, right? He still has to get safe once he gets here. But it's easier to do that when your back is off the mat.
Yeah.
You got a high amount on Cole.
Yep.
Volunteering
Going
his
for the arm.
Yeah. He's very good at timing the entrances into S mount or mounted triangle with a bridging escape.
Yeah, I was trying to dig underneath the arm to see if I can coax out with an arm triangle threat.
Yeah.
See if I can get him to like stick out an arm, and he wasn't falling for the trap. So good on him.
I think Andrew just about takes my back here right at the end. Oh, no. I step around. That's what. To a reverse Ashi. Looking for a toe hold. And that turns into a pretty deep outside heel hook. That can catch early enough to give him some trouble. All right, me and Grant. Grant working the takedown we went over that day. Jordan trying to distract you.
Yeah.
Make you laugh. I think we got Ethan with Ben right now.
Yep.
Again, props to Ethan. Young dude, little experience. Going against Ben. The tank. James in a double underhook position on Cole. Grabbing his hair. Doing the hair pull sweep. Trying to. Jordan, that was the worst shot I've ever seen. God, I'm so scared that Jordan's going to break his own knees doing that.
Right. I just kind of was letting it happen.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, Cole's getting safe into top half guard. I'm watching, dude, all right? Don't spoil it. This is good. Good hand placement from Ethan. Good pressure from Ben just to keep him busy. Make sure he's not making any dumb mistakes. Mike says, if I can't get it on Cole, I'll get it on Jordan. Cole was working some good tripod posture there. Head down, butt up, trying to get his knee free from this pretty tight half guard.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on shots, I think. I mean, I know I really need to refine mine.
Not to pour salt in the wound, but your opponent who got the takedown at the end.
Yeah.
Like just seeing him in his double knee sleeves and like some gray in his beard, take a really nice, do like a really nice level change and penetration step. I'm like,
yeah,
my shot should be so much better than it is.
I agree. Yeah.
He was inspiring.
I'm like, I've got to do it. I've got to get better at it. 100%.
Yeah. I think my knee is to the point, because that's the knee that would hit the ground, not my right knee.
Yep.
It's to the point where I think I can handle it now, or I should be able to without getting scared about it. So now I'm just gonna get sprawled on for like the next month because everybody knows I'm gonna try to shoot on him.
That was all yesterday. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, unless you were getting Seonagi'd.
Yeah. Yeah, either dumped on my face or somebody jumping on my back.
I can't tell you the exact day or like what happened that made me feel safe with it. Honestly, I probably just forgot it at home and said, screw it, I'm going to train anyway, and had a good day. And that was probably enough, if I'm being totally honest. But I also would like kind of test myself before class, after class, in the gym, just see where my mobility was, where the pain would set in. And once it got down to where it was minimal in like a full squat, then I was like, all right, I really don't need to wear the brace anymore. And that probably directly correlates to like a lot of inflammation finally subsiding, more than anything. Oh, you're looking for the
anaconda.
The anaconda finish.
Yep.
James ends that round on top. Cole, I don't know what I was looking for, but I didn't see it. Okay, so Cole gets a straight arm there from Mount. Looks like a straight arm. Then James takes top position. Grinds his way up to Mount. And humiliates Cole at the end. Jake was almost at a great spot, holding that collar tie, still making it to the back. Is this curly hair now, or kind of a strawberry blonde Andre?
Andrew just kind of like
bowls
me over. He just shucks me like that, and instead of me exposing my back, I kind of turn in and I drop to a knee, and then he just bowls me over.
Through you. See, there was a clip Andrew and I were checking out. I think it was a former Penn State wrestler, and a big takeaway from that clip was a powerful, I guess you could call it a shuck, but just like if you have a collar tie and with your free arm, if you do like that kind of push over with your forearm, like so many times we just kind of like, half-ass it. And this guy's like, you got to slam it through. And Andrew completely took that to heart and is hitting those much more frequently. And so much so that I was like, oh damn, I've probably been doing it wrong this whole time, and I need to like step up my intensity on it.
Yeah, I took the opportunity to go straight into the leg since, I mean, I got put down to my knee. I was able to get in between the legs and then immediately attack his left leg. He's getting more and more comfortable shooting as well.
Yeah.
He's like at least comfortable attempting the shot and then backing out when he doesn't feel super comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
Ooh, you look for a Sasai there.
I did, and I fell.
I
lost the grip on the arm, or like on the underarm.
I hit one on Andrew later that I'm actually really excited to see.
Yeah, I saw that. But again, like, so here's the thing is like whenever I end up on the ground and somebody rushes in, then I'm able to invert and get straight to the legs.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things to where you gotta, just for people that are coming into my guard after the takedown, you have to be very aware of overcommitting into the butterfly hooks.
That's a really good point that I think even professional level jiu-jitsu, after like the rush of leg locks that we saw years back, like that was a big part of the adjustment, was that constant forward pressure that worked back in the day, all of a sudden didn't, and you saw this adjustment to where guys were content to like sit back and pass instead of rushing forward to have the guy on the bottom enter the legs, right? And then even to harken back to your matches, like that, I feel like that was an adjustment that your second opponent made, where he's like, I can't run forward with this guy. Like, I'm going to have to sit back in the guard, make him work to try to get my legs. But if I just bum rush forward or put my weight too far forward, get my butt off my heels, put my hands on the mat, all those things that indicate light legs, you leave yourself wide open. And he knew that,
Exactly.
Got David laying on some good top pressure from half guard. He's got the crossface in, with Ben looking for deep half. What's up, Baker?
What's up, Joe?
It's your double daddies, dude. Inside trip from you.
I was trying to throw inside trips, outside trips.
You were looking for a setup.
I was.
Yeah.
There, I just noticed his head low, and so I just collapsed
down,
and
Look at Grant getting lessons from everybody. Makes me happy to see you guys teaching him stuff on his very first class ever. No wrestling experience, nothing like that.
Good for him.
Yeah. Say what you want about Jordan, and I know we all do. But He's a good guy at least this one night for this 6-minute round. Being so helpful. Yeah, Grant was actually a D1 wrestler. Ooh, another armbar. You're just so pissed at Cole.
I was. Did we go over the armbar from? No, I think we did it from side control. One, it was maybe 2 weeks
Previous
ago.
week.
Yeah, previous one.
See what you do,
It's
Cole?
one of my favorite setups.
It's the jiu-jitsu version of the butterfly effect. Like you armbar one guy and then he goes on to armbar like 3-4 different people out of anger. Looking for it again.
Yep. That time I really got him moving. Like I was able to at least pick him up, but I just couldn't time the foot sweep enough or well enough.
Nice. Good round. Me and James, we hadn't rolled in a minute. This was very nice.
I think I was Ben.
Yeah.
And he pulled guard on me, which I was not used to. I wasn't
He did-
unhappy about that at all.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh, this is much better. This, James, I don't know how much you were like just trying to work from bottom mount, like work on your escape and all that. So yeah, I see Dusty right there. So I didn't know how generous you were being with some of the passes I had to mount, but I was doing everything I could to at least retain it. 'Cause I had a feeling you were gonna try that move on me.
Check out David in the back with Andrew about 10 seconds ago. Ready? Whee!
He's loving that nice easy takedown.
Yeah.
But here, great example of a good shot. This is nice.
Yeah.
So bit of a reach, right? Not much of a, well, no, he level changes here. Drives the knee down, really follows through. Comes up with that second leg, sliding all the way across the mat. Head on the outside, but he feels confident about it because he knows that he's going to get Andrew's legs this way and his torso this way, which is exactly what he does. That puts him across the body, and he could stay safe on the guillotine threat. I 100% agree with you, Joe. I was like, cool, I'll just try to pass you then. Pull guard on him to shut it down. Armbar Ben.
Dude, no, this one, I was really trying something I shouldn't have tried because Ben is tough to armbar. I was trying to do what Gordon calls the pillow juji, which is like, yeah, and I could not get my legs in the right configuration. He was doing a really good job of like checking with his left hand,
Yes,
cross-face leg, and so I kicked my right leg over, and then I'm like, okay, now I just need a triangle, get the triangle going, and I could only triangle over top of the crossface, and it just didn't give me a good amount of pressure on, like I couldn't keep his shoulder in tight enough to my hips.
yeah.
And so he exploits that and just rolls straight into it. Just right there. It's pretty much gone right there.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that sucks. Should have been more patient with the setup.
Yeah. I mean, good. Like, I think it would blend well with your armbar game, which is already just go to a 3/4 Juji Katami. It's digging so hard on these legs trying to get James.
But I inverted on Ben here. I didn't know whether I was going to get this tap or not, but so I elevate him to see if I can get the shoulder crunch. He commits and starts to try to pass my guard, and I invert and I start attacking, and I get into an inside Ashi position on his right leg here. Then I expose the heel, and right here I'm like, I'm not going to crank on this because it felt pretty tight to me.
Yeah.
But his foot was like flat on the mat. So we kind of agreed to I was just like, I'm not going to crank, and we're just going to let this slip through, and we're just going to keep going.
Good. Looking at Saturday rolls another day. James has no authority on that. Did you put together the footage from Saturday?
I did. Yeah, it's up.
So we have it in the bank then. Typically on, this week throws everything off. On Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we'll probably go over tomorrow's session. If there was a particular round you want to go over or look at, or anything, I can pull it up and maybe we could check it out either on Wednesday night or even just at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally we would be going over it tonight, but I knew this was a pretty big open mat, so we chose this one instead. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about Monday? We're not doing anything on Monday. What was that little scramble, James?
Are you over the shoulder, or is he? Okay.
Yeah, he had his underhook. There's really nothing there for. I think I'm trying an omoplata here, which is laughable on James. But I almost got a slick mount.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever tried that before. Because that's...
You're almost in a triangle. If you kick your right leg back, you would be in a triangle. Over top of his left shoulder. There.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if I settled in, could go to mount. Yeah, he sneaks his arm out, though.
What's up, Espionage? Happy holidays.
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah.
So stalemate with Ben for minutes. I want to see what I could have tried. Take what you want. I'll try to check out the round and see if I have any pointers for you, Jake. It'll be helpful to know, like, what position you're in and all that. So I'll give it a look. Full transparency though, I have been caught in stalemates with Ben for minutes at a time as well. And nothing I did work, so that was a fun round, James. I really enjoyed that. Bottom side control, yeah, sounds about right. Thanks. Oh no.
Oh no.
Dude, that's why I don't do raw oysters. I don't do oysters, period. But like, I've had raw oysters once. I got away with it, no issue. But it was just like never my jam. And now,
yeah,
it's just you're just giving me more reason to never warm up to them. That sucks, man. I hope they're okay. Food poisoning's so awful.
Isn't there like a rule to not eat oysters in like ER, like in months that are ER that end in?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna eat them anyway. So, what's up, Ben?
What's up, Ben?
Food poisoning will help you drop a weight class
Yeah,
if you
right.
want to go the other way. I was really bummed about this. So I feel like I've seen this in like collegiate matches where it's like a counter to the single where guy ankle picks and like I could be grabbing at the wrong leg. I could totally be doing something wrong. It just like popped into my head and I'm like, oh, let me see if I could reach it. But he got the leg away and like wouldn't let me get it and then ends up solidifying the takedown. I was bummed, but I will absolutely be looking for that on everyone who tries to single leg me now.
Yeah, I was watching you do that. I was like, man, I wonder if he's gonna get that. Cause I've seen it on reels and shit, like on Instagram. But I can never put it together.
I already love ankle picks, so if I could hit him from another place, even as a counter, like I'm totally down for it. Yeah, David was like, how do I get out of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason this worked was because right there I get control of the foot. So that's going to shut down David's ability to turn. If he could continue to turn, I would not have had this and he would have slipped out. But I get a good enough bite on the upper leg and then I hold the ankle and heel enough so that he can't like reposition his knee. Cole getting in the way as usual. I think David gets out of this. Maybe. That was a very half-assed attempt on that single leg finish that you were talking about with John.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't have it in me to like club you guys, unless you club me first. But sweep single, which I felt really good about, and then David just did a great job pressuring my head and sprawling back, getting his foot down. Very, very good fundamental defense. All right, so Ethan, I don't know if you watch this, and I will certainly correct this, but we never ever attack when we're in close guard, and that's a good reason why. One of many good reasons. What did David do here? Good single, gets behind me.
David does wrestle well, yes. If that's what you're talking about.
Yes, he does. It's annoying. His movements are just like super smooth. He seems to always get there. Very much so. Ethan's like, oh my god, this sucks. Why is this 250-pound man smothering me? Okay, I guess I did have this Kimura. Good enough to use a Kimura trap. So once my legs are free, and I could kind of like trick David into committing a bit. One thing I want to point out about this, it would have been really easy for me to stop here and just like let it go and be smothered because I'm flat on my back. David's in north-south. He's in a, you know, by all accounts, a better position. Like if you walked into this room and saw this, you would think, oh, the guy on top is pinning the guy on bottom. But with a good enough grip, I want you to notice I push into his chest and can get to enough of an angle to tip him over. Right? So I'm just extending my arms and really trying to direct him towards the big roll-up door. And even from that flattened out position, I can still get him turned over. And that's simply from the power of the Kimura grip itself. That's a good wrestling.
Yeah.
John, are you talking John we've been working with?
Yes.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, he was there yesterday.
So much fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I don't know why I just spaced on his last name, but yeah. Oh, Andrew just standing up.
And then
Getting
James
put
saying,
back
nope,
down.
Get back down.
Good
He went
technical
all-
lift.
Yep, straight into the cage.
Runs the pipe.
Drag it down.
Ethan getting a lesson in a tripod. There we go. David and I break down to some technique talk here. Almost got that leg, James. Nice sit out. There's a moment there, James. It looked like... So as you came up for it, I think you have the single here. It's hard to tell just how far away you are. Andrew sprawls away, but now look what Andrew does. He brings his leg. Yeah, he brings his leg right back. So if I would rather you do the move you were just trying to do, at least, you know, capture the leg, step over it with your left leg, and, like, you know, hit a knee tap double or something. The sit out's good. It just, like, leaves you. You got to think about what's the end here. Sit out gets you to an open guard. Grabbing that leg and working a single to a double or a back take leads you to a more superior position. So just be mindful of that. Unless you were working your sit outs deliberately, you know, you didn't have to give up on that move.
Head went into butterfly, immediately trying to pull into the legs here is James. Andrew a little overcommitted to the top position, and James puts him down. Nice, good end of that round. I think we have 2 rounds left.
Yeah, round and a half.
David does exactly what you were just talking to James about.
Yeah, but from a double, right? Like this.
It was yeah, he switches to a single here.
Right. And then
Yep.
gets that big step over with his leg to try to capture it, which I really, really like.
I reached to try and grab the leg to prevent, but he drives all the way through.
That was
Then
nice.
again from here. Just looking to elevate. I went double overs and was able to sweep from there.
So yeah, Ben started this round. I was like, all right, what are we doing? What's our pace? He goes, just mess me up, man. It's like, I got to work on my guard. I'm like, okay. Can do.
Going into cross Ashi, immediate control over that far leg.
Yeah, I didn't want to hang out there just because he said he wanted to work on his guard. So I'm like, why am I going to leg lock him then?
Gotcha.
So I use it as an opportunity to just, like, put him on his back and then get back up. And then from there, you know, he can work on exactly what he's doing now, like trying to get to half guard or just, like, prevent the pass. So there, I try to get his knee out from between me and him with an ankle scoop. Controlling the head with that forearm so he can't dig on my leg. Doing the same thing with the underhook there. I got like a double underhook position. And with double underhooks, it's a little bit easier to try to get your leg free and pass. Doesn't always work. You've made your way to David's back here.
Yep. Just, yeah, top pressure.
And so, because he came around, shoulder crunch or
Double overs.
yeah, double overs. Okay.
Yeah, the double over sweep, you have to really get your partner stretched out. Their legs have to be pretty far away. It actually works really well for wrestlers. Hindsight being 2020. But yeah, I just didn't notice that a lot of wrestlers, or didn't put two and two together. Like a lot of wrestlers like to sit back, right, and stay back on their haunches, and that's kind of where you want them, is with their arms out and fully extended to the lower body, and from there it's pretty simple sweep.
That's nice. I don't think I see you do a double over too frequently.
It's not often that I get put against, or like people don't generally try to get in my guard that way, right?
Yeah,
Or
I was gonna say I don't think, I can't say you've ever done it to me, not because you couldn't, but because I don't know
You
if I
were
give you
past
the
that.
opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working to a mounted triangle. I don't remember if Ben lets me have this one. And the arm bar from you from the mount, or I'm sorry, from the back mount.
From the back. Yeah.
So we'll check
Yeah.
this
I
out
actually
here.
taught this on Saturday. Taught that exact sequence on Saturday.
So-
And I'll tell you, like, David's got to be on something, because he was feeling strong this day and yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I went to go fight this arm out. I was like, I don't know if I can get this out.
Oh, you did. You did. It worked. Ben got safe.
That's where I was about to just give up. I was like, you know what? I've had enough for today. I hit a puddle and my knees just like just completely slipped out.
that
And
looked cartoonish. That looked like you're wrestling your dad.
yeah,
Like
I was.
you're 5 years old.
He just like goes up and starts pushing me because I'm like not responsive. I'm like, I can't believe that just happened.
What were you gonna say, Cole? What were we gonna say, bud? Say it. Ben would have had a really, really nice forward roll here to a regard or like a Granby roll or something. But the only reason I shut this down was over with control over the hips. Like I really, really stayed pinned to the hips to slow down that roll and prevent him from going. If there was any bit of space there, I think he would have, just rolled right through it like he normally does.
Yeah, Ben was actually mentioning, I think it may have been yesterday, he was talking about working on his re-rolling and basically like rolling out of turtle into guard.
I think that'd
There's
be
a couple of
very good. Go
yeah.
ahead.
There's a couple of different things that I remember from like high school wrestling, or like having friends in high school wrestling and stuff, and like Granby's. You can obviously do Granby's from your knees, but I think one of the original Granby's is actually from a 4-point stance.
Probably. Yeah.
Kind of like you would from referee's position, then you 4-point up and then you hit the Granby roll, right? Like I
Yeah.
think that's where one of the OG Granby is from. And it kind of takes me back to like how Luke hits the sit out on larger people, right? You can just get that much more momentum if you 4-point out and then hit that roll through.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same as like with the sit out, how you can get the arm swinging pretty heavy if you 4-point up.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not crazy, Jake. It is off the mat.
So I ended up getting a side-on triangle against Ben. Now I think we finish out here just fighting takedowns.
Yep. Yeah, I think we go lazy, right? Like with the yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
So with Ben, what I'm not joking around with him here. I was trying to like work into his head something I wanted to work on. So like just again from his match, I think we talked about it on when we were going over that stream. When your opponent's head is way out in front of their feet and their feet are back because they don't want that game being played. This like tripping, double Kouchi, whatever. That's the time to pull them forward, right, and get their hands to the mat and start giving them something else to think about. So if you guys find that your opponent's keeping their feet way back but their heads forward, pull them towards you. They have no base at that point in the forward direction.
Just like when we snap people from standing position, right? When people are, their head is over top of their toes, it makes it easy for us to snap them. If their head is behind their toes, then it's easy for us to push them and trip them behind them.
Right. Exactly. Joe's in his guard pulling era. So I'm all for Joe. I don't want to stand up and wrestle you either. I'm with you, man. I think Andrew was trying to mirror lock me there, possibly.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little bit of a reaction there from you.
I think this is where I get the Sasai.
Yeah, right there.
That was.
You're gonna pull with that right arm.
That's sexy. I want to watch it again. So yeah, the only reason this works again, Andrew is so.
Yeah.
Like diagonal, trying to force me back, and I'm like, oh, perfect. I have my underhook, everything I want. So I pull him, keep him going. My foot finds his, and I get him lifted off the ground, turned in the air, and I'm able to put him down. One more time, just because. So yeah, anytime an opponent's coming at me like this and I have an underhook, it's just pretty easy at that point. I love that move so much.
That's solid. Immediately cutting the hips, trying to get above into the hip with your left knee.
Jake, that's what I was talking about earlier with your guard passing. So if right now I'm doing it with the knee, the way you were passing before, it would be done more with the foot. It's just getting into that hip pocket and then closing the distance. Does anybody else train in this round?
No, it's just you.
Try to zoom in, I guess. Unless we go off screen.
This was a solid heel hook attempt.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
And you were doing a good job. You interrupted with your right leg. So he goes in, escapes. He gets into Ashi. Like, this is a Rimi Ashi. This is really good.
And this is heel exposure. Like I'm in a heel hook right now.
Yeah, you're in bad shape here. But you pummel your right leg in, I think right here, maybe? Because now you've got both legs in, I think.
No, my right leg's underneath right now.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's given up on the grip, and I've gotten my knee to a safe enough spot. Like it's still in there, but his legs are open up.
Yep, and then there's your right leg.
Yeah, now it pummels in. I'm not out of the woods yet. I mean, he's still trying to dig on it.
Yeah, it was a good exchange.
Checks the clock. I know I got him right where I want him. I'm tired too, though, so it doesn't work. Little desperation shot. Yeah.
Rolled. Thought he had that back take there for a second.
It was going through my mind. I remember that, and I wasn't worried about it. I was like, get it, go ahead. Like, it's like, should I try to backflip from here, like Hanato Canuto or something, or?
Right.
But there he gets a
For the guard.
better of the exchange. Try the sweeps.
Trace the single. Yeah.
He followed me around through the sweep, and then now gets the best of me.
Yeah, not past the guard yet.
Couldn't live with
Back
myself
outside.
if I did pull guard, Joe.
Whips down. Oh, and then you chase down the
Yeah,
takedown.
and that's honestly, like, this is Andrew essentially pulling guard. I mean, like, he sits to guard in this position,
Right.
which is dangerous. That's points for me.
Yeah.
But I am trying to do what I was advising James earlier, which would get this leg and then try to get to, where's my pointer? Get this leg and then try to step this leg over top.
Yep.
But I don't need to because he ends up going down to his butt. But yeah, I'm super stoked we got to go over that footage. That was some great stuff. Really good rounds from everybody.
For sure. For sure.
Nice to see you get almost fireman carried.
Yeah.
I've got to like study that at hip switch now, just because like I'm sure Chris the wrestler will do that to me. So, or at least he'll try.
Yeah. No, he has a good fireman's carry.
He does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, I hope all y'all had a great Thanksgiving and a restful weekend and all that. I know I'm looking forward to getting back to training. I haven't trained since that day, actually. I don't think I went Tuesday. Yeah, I didn't. Thank you for joining us, Joe. Hope you're healed up from all your guard, or hope you're feeling good from all of your guard pulling and ready for some good rounds this week.
Right.
We've got, I don't remember the date, but in January
18th, I think, maybe.
18th, January, New Breed. So if you guys want to compete, keep that in mind. That'll come up real quick. So let's make sure we're getting some good training in and getting ready for that. What else? I think we got another week of back mount this week.
Yep.
And then we'll be moving on to legs. It's disgusting. It's a disgusting image, Joe. So yeah, I think that's about it. You got anything, man?
No, that's it.
All right, cool. Well, follow if you're lurking, subscribe if you're liking, subscribe at YouTube where you guys can review this footage for all eternity, and check out the store for any rash guards, merchandise you guys want, shorts, all that good stuff, regular t-shirts we got up there too. And I think I'll just leave it there for tonight. Hope to see you guys at class this week. Before you go, make sure you trim your nails, do your laundry, and don't be stinky. And we will see you back on the mats. Take it easy.
Later.